Welcome to Mindful Musings, where you're invited to join in mindful reflections that encourage and deepen connections with self and others. Help build a culture of caring, create a life of purpose, and face challenging transitions in an atmosphere of unity.
Today we are using the Virtues Reflection Cards with permission from Virtues Matter. The Virtues Reflection Cards are available in a downloadable app from virtuesmatter.com website, or physical decks can be purchased from virtuesproject.com. Unity is a powerful virtue, and it brings great strength. Unity is inclusive. It brings people together. We see our commonality without devaluing our differences. We experience our connectedness with all people and all life. Unity frees us from the divisiveness of prejudice and heals our fears. We refuse to engage in conflict, seeking peace in all circumstances. Unity comes when we value every person in our family and/or in our world. The joy of one is the joy of all. The hurt of one is the hurt of all. The honor of one is the honor of all. We know that we are the ones who are divided, and we are the ones who must come back together to walk in the sacred way. A Jiboy prayer from One World Book of Prayer, page 152. The practice of unity. I am a lover of humanity. I seek common ground. I appreciate differences. I resolve conflict peacefully. I honor the value of each individual. I am a unifier. I am thankful for the gift of unity. It makes me an instrument of peace.
So how this is speaking to me today is, this whole idea of inclusiveness, this desire to bring people together, that paradox of being able to see the commonalities that we have while simultaneously not devaluing our differences. Like, how do we embrace the wholeness that is? And to me, this is what the purpose is for all of us, is to find that way. Humanity, that's our mission. So refusing to engage in conflict, seeking peace in all circumstances. So, I just look at how many of our systems are structured to celebrate conflict, competition, and all that, and how challenged we are to see those as opportunities to actually seek peace in all circumstances, strengthen our capacities to free ourselves from divisiveness and prejudice, rather than building it up. Like, I just think of even sport teams. I'm a fan of the XYZ team, and they're the best, and the others are all blah, blah, blah. And it's like, even with our games we play, we struggle to come to this idea of how the joy of one can be the joy of all, and the hurt of one is the hurt of all, and the honor of one is the honor of all. So that's kind of how it's speaking to me today, and that the work that we're doing together, I believe, is very powerful work in us working together in unity, to even to just a small way, to provide opportunities for other people to come together in unity and experience it. So thank you. That's me in unity today.
Lynda, I'm really hearing your courage to be independent and stand out against the backdrop of what's going on in the world. I hear the courage to be different and be unique and be part of the change. That's really exciting. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. Barbara, how are you today, really?
This card always speaks to me about the unity within us. When I read the quote, you know, we are not the ones, or we are the ones who are divided and who must come back together. I feel like that's first an internal message, that the division is internal, and then it's also external. So I don't hear just the one. It's not just about us coming together in humanity. It's about bridging the divide within ourselves first, and healing and coming into relationship with our own wholeness in the spirit of humanity. And then I really feel like once we get that, then we're ready to embrace humanity on a global scale. And I feel like what we're doing in this project is bringing people into their own unity. It's bringing that whole self, realizing the whole self. So that's what I'm hearing.
Wow. I acknowledge your incredible discernment and wisdom in recognizing that it's again, to unify both internally as well as externally. As the internal is required for the external. I just have this picture of the physical being, you know, the unity of moving your arms and your hands and your legs and, you know, your spine and what have you, and dance, you know, in the dance of life, just having that physical body dance as a metaphor of how it's got to be coordinated. You know, the hand is very different from the shoulder, from the foot, but they're all part of this oneness. Thank you for joining us in Mindful Musings today. We always welcome courteous and respectful feedback in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed spending time with us, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you're interested in joining us online, click the link to visit our site, synergyeTC.ca.